The very first day I remember meeting a bunch of students down at Crystal Cliffs in the old barn for a dance, and one of those students that I met that day is back here for our 25th reunion, Trey's Arsenal, and I can remember meeting Trey's and Heather and having long chats about where they were from and what they were going to take at StFX and what their expectations were. And for a young person growing up in Antigonish, to be there, to experience that, I felt a sense of wow, this is going to be something. Buckle your seatbelt and let's get going.
Packing up to get ready to go to StFX, for me, the most important possession that was coming with me was my music. And so that meant full-blown stereo, 2 or 3 components, couple of speakers that were probably 25 pounds each. I was sharing a double room with a person that I had no idea who was going to be walking through the door. Was my stereo system going to fit? For me, it just didn't matter. I needed to bring my music with me. And it's funny when I see the kids today, how they listen to music. Like they're walking around with something as small as this, or they're docking an iPod in their little system and hearing it through their computers on their desk. And I listen to music on this, as most of you will remember. The old turntable. And I lugged 300 record albums down to StFX in milk cases. I mean, we all remember playing these, this on our stereo system, and it was who could play the stereo the loudest, and I think that's still the same for the kids that are at X right now.
Intramural sports, I played as many sports as I could. I can remember playing the basketball against the professors and staff, and one memory I have is the competitive spirit of some of the profs, in particular Ernie Fauché. I was on the receiving end of some of his competitive spirit a few times.
Doing term papers, I'm thinking of what the kids have today and what we had back then. We had a notepad and a pen, and computers were, well, they just weren't existent. They were just starting to come into the fray back in '78, but everybody was writing out their essays and, doing it the long-handed way, I guess you'd say.
Back in our day, late 70s, early 80s, there wasn't a McDonald's in Antigonish, so we were studying at, I think it was my house, and one of the girls, I don't know if it was Peggy O'Neill or Krista Smith, but had a Big Mac attack. So we piled into my dad's car and off to Glasgow we went to fill our desire for a Big Mac. It's all those little things that kind of come back to you and add up to a strong sense of friendship and community.
StFX, in my mind, you can't beat it. And it's so great to be back here for homecoming and to see people that I haven't seen in 25 years. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the weekend, and I hope you are too.